the good part right now is that we actually get to start the process of doing something. We have, first thing I want to announce is that we do have these sign-up sheets going around. And the situation is constantly evolving. Just this week, we've been going throughout Pennsylvania, showing the film. As you saw from the opening, the film will premiere on HBO June 21st at 9 p.m. When that happens, 2 or 3 million people will watch it, so that's good. And you don't usually put the movie into theaters when you're promoting it on HBO, but they've allowed us to go and do this, what we're calling the grassroots screening tour, to all the areas that we can that are affected, that are overshadowed. And for me, it was most important to do this in New York and Pennsylvania. We're going throughout Pennsylvania, hearing from people, hearing their stories, sort of having this information get out from the Delaware River Basin. 2 days ago in Harrisburg, or was that yesterday? I think it was yesterday. At the state legislature, we showed the film. It was the only place that didn't have a capacity crowd, unfortunately. And there's been a lot of movement. There are hundreds, literally hundreds of grassroots organizations springing up all over the country. We've shown the film in Colorado and Texas. We're on our way to Wyoming and Louisiana. And it's an incredible thing for me to witness this thousands of people who are assembling because of this issue, because it's affected everybody's lives in an incredibly intimate and overpowering kind of way as it has for me. So I'm really happy to be here with Thingware Action to talk to you about where this is at now, what you can do about it. There are a number of bills that are proposing small regulatory efforts on the House, on the floor of the Assembly. We're in a sort of tricky moment because out in the West, they've been trying to mitigate the damage, work with the companies, force certain regulations, and after 5 years of trying that, and the industry constantly stepping over these hurdles, a lot of people in the West are just calling for a moratorium. So there's a sort of shift in attitude of what's happening, saying, let's figure out what's going on, and then perhaps do this. So I think what you'll hear tonight from the panel is a variety of different stuff. Both of those positions are very interesting, very, very important. Take what you can get these regulations. But most importantly, sign up so we can give you the information. We're developing an enormous website which will have all these letters, will have your state representatives, phone numbers and addresses. So in order for us to get you that next step and say, if you are concerned about this, what you've seen, sign up and do some of these things tonight, because I don't think the Pennsylvania legislature or the federal representatives and senators and congressmen have heard enough about this issue. And certainly the Fort Worth is any case. A major city is not a major city. We're going to have a few special guests just before the panel to talk about what's going on in Pittsburgh right now. So I would suggest you find Lori right there in the turquoise. She's our intern. She's got sign-up sheets. We have sign-up sheets all over the place, so I would encourage you to sign up. And also spread the word about the premiere on HBO June 21st. We have a house party for those of you who have HBO. For those of you who don't, invite yourself over to someone's house and grab a remote. So I think we're going to have an amazing panel right now. I want to point that out. There's one other thing I want to point out, which is that we're developing a national registry of gas drilling stories. There are thousands of stories. We have questionnaires right here. We're going to be putting those up on the website as a national effort to show not only these things in the movie, but also the thousands of people who have very, very similar stories, so that you can see how widespread this is, so that people have that information. There's testimony, which is really important. Okay, well, without any further ado, I'm going to bring Tricia Lessig up on stage, and also Ned with a report on what's going on in Pittsburgh. He's been doing research on how many gas leases have been signed in Pittsburgh with just one company, Chesapeake. So, Ned, would you come on up and take on this?
Thank spread the word and to have everyone be really fully aware of what they can anticipate with this kind of investor activity. I actually live across the river from Josh, and that's how I got involved. And I was born and raised here, and I love the city. And I got Josh that higher gas. But I actually came a few weeks ago. I drove across the state to Dinwiddie, Bedford, and met several folks from Hickory. And I was really dismayed at what I had heard from their first-hand account. And began doing research on what was proposed for the city. And actually, Ned here was doing extensive research, and he can speak to what's currently in line for the city, Allegheny County in particular. It's over 3,000 leases that have already been signed, and others that are not recorded yet. So this is something that is a great surprise to have within the city. One area, I think, was Allegheny Cemetery in Lawrenceville. So it was quite shocking to me as well, because I grew up in Shaler, and it's not very far from where my parents live currently. So I want to give the microphone to Ned to speak to that. And then after Ms. finished telling me this, I wanted to invite Stephanie and Ron, if they're in the audience, my new friends from Hickory. Are you here? Okay, there's Ron, and Stephanie will just touch your heart. She's the all-American mom. She last year had to pay $6,000 for clean water for her and her family because she refused to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And I think it's criminal. Spill on his property. He's no longer able to live on his property. He's now living with his children, his wife, with his mother. And Stephanie just told me Friday morning that she and her family have to vacate their home for safety reasons because their kids are now being adversely affected, and trying to afford an apartment in addition to a mortgage is not easy in this economic climate. So here's Ned to give you some local statistics.
Evening. Thank you all for coming. I'm up here just very briefly. Excuse me? Better? Never spoken in a microphone before in my life, so this is something I need for me. This afternoon, extended a project I worked on with folks from Lincoln Place, which is in the city of Pittsburgh, and had pulled for them a list of leased properties that Dale properties are already going door to door in areas in the city of Pittsburgh, and they've attracted a lot of leases already signed in the city of Pittsburgh, both in Lawrenceville, and I don't know about which properties exactly, but several in 9 and 10 wards, but pages and pages in the very first ward. This is 3,160 properties across Allegheny County that have already signed a lease. That means at any point, they can drop a well on these properties. It's Elizabeth, Baldwin, West Jefferson, Fayette, North Fayette, South Fayette, but all across the county, moving to Westmoreland County. This isn't something that Josh just came up with and here to threaten you, or something that it's, well, it might happen, or I've heard it's happening down in Washington, and maybe it's Hickory or just a couple small towns. This is right in our back door. And I'm on the panel later, we'll talk about some other issues I have. But it was important for Josh for me to at least mention this, that when you're thinking about this stuff tonight, don't think about this as something abstract that's in another area, or that it was a result of some bad decisions. These are neighbors. These are people who, hard-working people, Western Pennsylvania people, who have already been decided to I heard it in the audience, I thought it's possible that there are a lot of lies going on. And it doesn't mean people are wrong for doing it, but it's all around us. But some folks who know a lot better than I do are going to come talk next.
Yeah, it's Stephanie and Ron will come to the stage. They're just going to speak briefly about their personal experience. This is Stephanie Hallovich.